Okay, I am going to try my hand at making some homemade bagels. Never done this before. Prices keep going up on the bagels that I buy. So I said, nope, I'm gonna learn to do it myself. Alright, the recipe says to add a tablespoon of sugar and a packet's worth of yeast, which is 2 1/4 teaspoons, to some warm water, and it says do not stir. Alright, they're going to be doing 3.5 cups of flour with 1.5 teaspoons of salt. And thanks to my kids' math, I do know that a tablespoon is 3 teaspoons, so 1/2 tablespoon is actually 1.5 teaspoons. Alright, so this is what active yeast looks like. If it doesn't foam up like that, that means something's wrong with your yeast. Mind you, I am no expert. I am definitely learning this as I go. I'm going to try to use my food processor. I actually purposely got this one because it has what is called a dough blade. It's supposed to be able to knead your dough, because the recipe I'm using, you're supposed to knead it for 10 minutes, and I really don't want to do that. So, yeah, I'm going to put this flour on in there. All right, it said after the 5 minutes to give it a gentle stir. So we're going to hope that's gentle enough. Okay, I got my flour in here. So I'm going to pour in my yeast mixture. And then it said to add another 1/3 cup of water. Okay, I guess this is the moment of truth. We'll turn it on and see what happens. It's not doing a lot. I don't know. Is it going to form a ball of dough? I just don't know. I don't feel like it would. Maybe it needs some more water. Yeah, to me, I'm thinking it definitely, I do feel it's doughy, but I'm gonna put in 2 more tablespoons of water and try it again. Take 2. Is something happening? Maybe. I see a mass moving right here. Maybe it's gonna form a ball. I don't know. I'm gonna put in a little water while it's going and just see what happens here. Okay. That seems to make a difference. A little more, perhaps. Okay, it's moving. I do see a ball. It's been on for maybe 2 minutes. Hey! A ball of dough is forming! I am literally doing this for the first time, so all of this is new to me. I figured it might be helpful to see someone's experience of not knowing what they're doing, because I'm all about trying new things and knowing it's okay if you mess up. So we'll hope for the best, but we'll see what happens. Okay, it did seem to somehow push up the attachment. It stopped on its own. So I'm gonna open it up and see. It's still supposed to have more time. It feels kind of warm. It's supposed to be a firm ball of dough, so that I do think the dough itself is looking pretty good. It is very warm in my hand. So I'm hoping that's okay for the motor. I do know that this attachment was obviously made for dough, but maybe not going that long. This dough was supposed to be kneaded for 10 minutes.
Hot.
All right, I'm gonna put it back in there. It is hot.
It's very hot.
Yeah, it is. It's hot. It's weird. So I don't know. I'm gonna put it back in there and see what happens. Okay, so I decided that it's a pretty good consistency. I'm just going to knead it by hand for maybe another 2 minutes or so, and then put it into my oiled bowl over here. Okay, I'm going to roll it around in the oil in the bowl. All right, and it has to rise for an hour, but I feel feel like that looks like a pretty good ball of dough, hopefully. Look how weird this is. It's like where the dough wrapped around the inside of it, and it's like drying out. So weird. All right, so I'm supposed to take my dough after it's risen for an hour, turn it out on a floured surface. I probably put a little too much oil in the pan, but I think it's gonna be just fine. Now I'm supposed to cut this into 8 even pieces. So I think I'm just gonna do it like that in half, and then, you know, turn this around and do that in half, and I don't know, I'm gonna make 8 as even pieces as I can. Okay, so I have like a triangle, trying to get into a circle. I just kind of been smushing it and kind of rolling it the best I can. And then there's like always like a weird lumpy spot, and that's where I chose to just put my finger and thumb through until they touch on both sides, and then just kind of stretch it out to form like, you know, a bagel. So that's what we're working with right now. Okay, boiling water. I read that you could put some honey in the water. I think it's supposed to do something, but I'm not really sure what. Here they are, bagels. Guillermo said, are they supposed to be perfect? Yeah, at first he thought they were donuts. No. Okay, so we're supposed to put them in here for like a minute on both sides in the water, but not let them touch.
How do you get them out?
With a slotted spoon. Don't
touch.
Then they might stick together. What happens if they touch? We'll see if, they're touching. Okay, 1 minute. Okay, we're at a minute. I'm gonna use my slotted spoon so that I guess I don't take water with me, and flip them on over. Whoop. Okay, there we go. They are getting, I feel like, a little bigger in the water. It's been a minute on both sides. I'm gonna just bring them right on over here. They definitely are bigger once they've been boiled. They look good. They look so cool. Like, these are bagels. That's crazy to me. Let's flip it over some. Okay, so I had done 2 different batches of dough so that I could have more, and the second, I guess, didn't rise as well. They are smaller and more dense. So when I put them in the water, they actually sank at first, but they did come up after like 30 seconds. So even if you don't do it perfectly, I think your bagels are still gonna turn out just fine. So like, these are my first batch, which are bigger and nice looking. This is the second batch, which is a little smaller, but I really think it's gonna turn out still tasting delicious. Okay, there we go, 16 boiled bagels. Now, I'm gonna do an egg wash. If you want toppings, then you need to do like an egg wash on top. It is just an egg white with like 2 teaspoons of water. And I'm just gonna put it on all the bagels, and then I'm gonna use some of the everything but the bagel seasoning. And now we're adding the bagel to our everything but the bagel seasoning to make some yummy bagels.
Land flowing with chocolate ice cream and cream.
Those are bagels! Do they look like bagels?
It looks like you bought
They're very
them.
hot. They're very hot. Isn't that so
Those look like you
cool?
bought them. Those.
Oh my goodness. Well, I wanted some in case someone put
You
jelly
made
on them.
those?
There's a bagel. It's so hot. I just got it out. It's so hot. We'll have to wait. Okay, we we have run into a problem, my friends. I think I used wax paper instead of parchment paper, which apparently makes a big difference because it got stuck to the bottom of my bagels. So my thought is I will just have to cut that part off and have a weird shaped bagel. I think they look so pretty from the top. But it's got to be real on here always, because this is the first time I've ever done this, and yeah, wax paper does not work. Look how sad. Oh my goodness. Well, they look so pretty, you know, from the top. Some minor problems here. Okay, so to fix the problem in the future, I do have these Silpat mats. I will most definitely be using these in the future when I'm making bagels. Nevertheless, we've got a bagel. It has a nice chewy texture like a store-bought bagel. It's really yummy. Alrighty, well, thank you for joining me for some kitchen time adventures. I really hope this helped you see that, like, you don't gotta know everything. You don't have to have everything figured out to try something new. So whether that is fermenting vegetables for the first time, making your own chicken broth for the first time, making bagels for the first time, all of these new skills come with some mess ups, and that is okay. So anyways, I would love to know if you like this style of video. I would be more than happy to share some other new and crazy, terrible things that I do in the kitchen. But anyways, you guys, thank you so much for always watching. And until next time, y'all have a blessed day.